Hey guys, I'm Mike, he's Jay, and we don't give a dusty fuck.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it.
Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 8, The Mountain and the Viper. Holy
balls
popping
sucks.
Pimples. Popping heads like pimples. We're going to talk about this show, but first I want to talk about this shirt. This shirt has Batman on it, and I like it, and it's really nice. And
you don't say.
And, you know, sometimes just touch it. Touch it. I got this shirt from jackofalltradesclothing.com. Thank you guys. They were nice enough to send me this shirt so that you guys would see this shirt, so that you guys would go in the link below in the description box to buy this shirt. Do it, because you'll like it. They've got all sorts of awesome superhero shirts.
That's an Adam West symbol. That's a badass symbol. That is the Adam West
I've never seen it before until I looked at that website.
I like when you say things like that.
So go to that website for us, guys. The link's below. Click on it. Buy you some shirts. Game of Thrones, Episode 8.
Let's get into this nitty-gritty, dirty shit. Everybody knows it's the Mountain and the Viper, so we're going to get to that in a second, because I know everyone wants to talk about that fight scene. But the thing is, let's talk about the earlier stuff. First off, I want to talk about Darius being a kind of a bitch to Sir Jorah. I know he's a spy. I get that. I understand why she sent him out of her kingdom, but goddamn, he's done so much for her. And he's like begging on his knees. He's like, please, God, please.
I didn't feel. See,
and she's like, get the fuck out! And he was like, God, I love you. It's like, I felt kind of sorry for him, though. I understand what he did. It was shit. But, okay, I look at it like this. Varys sent him that letter to basically pardon him for all the bullshit he did. To, you know, okay, you're allowed to come back to King's Landing. Everything's good now. But he was like, I like Targaryens. You know, I like what they're doing here, and I understand. And he advised her. He saved her life multiple times. He's given her the lay of the land. He's like, attack here, cut off that guy's dick, crucify him there, and things will happen for him. And now all of a sudden he's fucked, and he has to go away because Sir Barristan Selmy, he's the one that brought it to her attention. It's like, you'll never be alone with her again. He's always been in competition with him anyway to have the ear of Darius, but
it's like the grandpa that doesn't like you. Like,
I know, it's like
chick. It's like everybody in the family likes me except for the grandpa, that one guy.
You know, I kind of wanted Sir Jorah to be like, well, goddamn, fuck it, and then just like, yeah, good luck. Good luck on your own with your no-winky man and your old fucker.
Dude, the thing about that scene was, and I actually agree with Daenerys, like, I don't feel as bad for him as you do. Like, I think, well, that was a shitty thing to do. You got what was coming to you. And he's kind of being... I like him. He's a good actor. I mean, he looks like he walked straight off of the set of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Yeah. Like, he's got the same armor and shit.
I always want to know why he's got that little string around his hand.
He always looks perfect. Like he just literally just got done hanging out with Kevin Costner backstage. You know, when he comes out... and I like him, but he's always been kind of a bitch. Like, dude, just get yourself out of the friend zone. Just go in there, tell her how you feel, and quit, like, working the shadows.
I think he tried that before, and she wants to know it.
Not really. I mean, he didn't really just do it. And she knows. I mean, like, but the part where
she doesn't want that old wrinkly balls on her.
I know, but
laying there.
I also kind of like it. It's like, dude, you just hang around. She doesn't want you, but you keep hanging on, and you keep hanging around. Like, it's not going to happen for you. But at the same time, when he was like, I've loved you. And it was supposed to be like some groundbreaking moment to her, and it was like, dude, that was about as surprising as Clay Aiken being gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't surprising at all. We all knew that you loved her.
Really? I didn't know Clay Aiken was gay.
He is.
He says, I love you. Like, it was just like one of those things that you throw. It smelled of desperation. Let me taste your tears. Because he had tried his best. He's like, I saved you. I've been there for you. He's like, I love you. And it was just like, God, dude, you really make yourself look pathetic right now. It's like, it goes from the 0 creepy scale all the way up to you stalk people and eat their flesh. Like,
because he was ready to fucking cry.
I know.
As soon as he walked up to them, he was like, oh.
He's like one of those internet trolls that stalks celebrities all the time. It's like, I love you. I love everything you do. Oh my God, I want to fucking have sex with you.
But at the same time, he's kind of a decent dude, so you kind of feel bad for him when he's running away on his horse.
But let me ask you a question. Do you think he's gone for good? Do you think he actually leaves the kingdom and goes to King's Landing and betrays her for full, and then goes to Varys and be like, oh, she's doing all this?
All I can think about is how much that reminded me of Sylvester Stallone's Judge Dredd when they would cast somebody out. You know?
Oh, like the guy goes, you must go into the desert.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going. I don't think
he's got to come back at some
I think he hangs around the area. I don't think he goes to King's Landing. I don't think he goes back there. I mean, I don't know. We didn't read the book, so we don't know. But I mean, just based on what happened, I don't think he leaves.
We shall see, child.
Okay, we will. But you'd be like, well, you kind of get caught up in it, and she's like telling you that you betrayed her, and you've done all this stuff, and you're going through all this stuff that you've done for that's good, and you're like, I saved you, I did this. It's like, I want to have sex with you. And you're like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it like that.
I'm surprised he wasn't like, please. This episode, we both agree it wasn't up to par up until the ending, which we'll get to. Like, it seemed like it seemed kind of disjointed.
Did you not look at your watch every once in a while and be like, so when the fuck is the fight gonna happen?
Speaking of the fight, there's like 7 minutes left in the episode when the fight starts.
I know.
And I was getting pissed.
I know. I was like, dude, I know. I was like, are we gonna get like 3 minutes of a fucking fight and then it's over and then that's like, till next time? I'm like, motherfucker!
But of course, Mance Radar, who's got the most badass villain name of all time, and these people come through and just murder all these like prostitutes.
Well, you know, first off, Sam left her in a shit shack. He left her in a shit shack with a bunch of whores and nasty shit going on. And I mean, to him, that was a good idea. He thought he was going to save her.
It was that or get raped by everybody on the wall.
Yeah, well, he could have. I mean, Sam. Yeah, that's true. I was going to say Sam's a pussy right now, but he did kill a walker. Grit comes in. Jon Snow's old flame. She doesn't kill the baby or the girl, so she lets him live, and they're standing back in the back.
Thanks, Game of Thrones.
So cool stuff. But yeah, that was a decent little. I mean, it wasn't like anything major.
But that was badass though when the blood was coming through the ceilings because
that was awesome.
That was a cool little scene, and I'm glad that she didn't kill her the baby. It's like thank you for just sparing us one moment of mercy, Game of Thrones, with all this dick cutting off and shit you got going on.
I thought really when Sam was talking about like he was all upset, he was like, I can't believe I left it there and all this stuff, and the guy was walking around, he's like, oh, we gotta just stand here, we gotta go down. I thought once somebody was gonna tell Sam, like, shut the fuck up, I don't care about your bitch. He's like, we're gonna get slaughtered. We're 109 men against 10,000. You know, I thought that was gonna happen, but it didn't.
Which that's coming up next episode. I do believe so. And then, of course, speaking of
bitches.
Speaking of bitches.
Theon Greyjoy.
Speaking of bitches. Yeah, speaking of dicks getting cut off, not just... There was like a whole, like, penisless people moment in this, you know? You've got the Grey Worm, which, I'm sorry, I don't give a shit about that story. I just don't...
Oh, you're going back to the
Yeah, Grey Worm sees, you know, the girl that's been teaching the languages or whatever in the water, and he gets caught, you know, peeping Tom, and then there's this whole question of... do they cut off the stones and the pillow?
Yeah,
it's like I don't know. Somebody commented on one of our videos and they said, "You idiots! They don't cut off their penis; they just cut off their balls."
Well, sorry, we don't know anybody that was castrated. So I don't know. I thought when
Daenerys doesn't know either. So
well, when you say castrated, I thought you know your little wiener gets Vienna.
All I heard was someone say that their wiener was gone and I never let go of it. So I don't know if he has a wiener or not. But really, I mean, like I don't care that much about that.
Like that whole thing between him and her, like when she's like. So
I'm glad you saw.
Yeah, it's always like it's like one of those awkward like can't hardly wait moments. Like, so you want to go to the movies?
Yeah,
or like he's like I like you.
Talking about other penisless people, you've got the whole thing between Ramsay or Dead Man Ramsay and
Theon Greyjoy.
Theon Greyjoy. He finally sends him. Yeah, he finally sends him to do his bidding for him to pretend he's Theon Greyjoy, and it fails miserably for a second. Did you see his face when that guy was like, "You're not Theon Greyjoy"? He's like, or whatever. You're a big bitch. Or dude, he was like. He was about to like explode.
You know what? I feel sorry for Theon. I do sometimes. I hate him because I didn't like him in the first couple of seasons either. But it's just he's such a bitch. Like he's every fucking word of a bitch. Like I know he's broke and I understand that he's been going through torment. But at the same time, like dude, the guy took your dick and you're fucking going through Stockholm syndrome. At some point, you're gonna look down like this dude took my wiener and I'm still hanging on. It's a prison rape story. Like the guy comes over to him, Ramsay Snow, and he comes over to him. He's like puts his arm around him. He's like. Rick's like, can we go home now? And he's like, I think we will go home. And I'm like, God, dude, it's like if you went to prison and this guy was like, I believe you're going to suck my dick tonight. And he was like, okay.
Dude, when that dude spit blood on him, I was just like, oh, God, you're going to get AIDS. And then the axe to the back of the dude's head, I was like, that was awesome.
They're going to get the black shit, the collar.
But then that dude got skinned. That was the badass special effects right there. Yeah. I like that. That was cool. He had like the pokes through him and shit. Like, that was woo.
Well, then Lord Bolton also comes over and finally gives Ramsay Snow his last name. He gives him Ramsay Bolton. You are Ramsay Bolton now, so which is a big deal. He's no longer a bastard. You know, I mean, you skin enough people, you break enough princes, then good things happen for you.
It's like, hey, people had to die, but at least he made his dad proud. And they're riding away on the horses, and he's like happy. He's like, "You're going to give me a bath tonight, Rick." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but Rick was like, "Oh."
Yeah. Sweet, can we use the soap suds? Can we make soap suds? Seriously?
Give me a warm bath.
Can we have bubbles? Second to the giant fight, the biggest thing that you had is the whole shit going on with Sansa and Littlefinger. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You think Sansa's going to sell now. You don't know what's going to happen, but I love Peter Baelish's face. When they bring her in, they're like, we're going to ask her. And he's sitting there, he's like, oh, fuck. You know, like, you just know he's freaking out. It's like when you're in the principal's office and you're wondering what you're going to get.
Sansa doesn't, like, betray him. She actually embellishes his story. She didn't really lie, but she doesn't really tell the truth. It's kind of in between. She kind of goes back and forth, but good for her. Yeah. It's like she literally started out as this innocent girl in season 1, and by season 4, she's gotten tortured and manipulated, and she finally understands how things work. And I think that's where Baelish really likes her.
And it's not just a sexual thing to him. He's like, I'm teaching you the way.
I didn't even understand. Well, that one thing he was like, you think you know me? And then she's like, yes. And then he was like, you think you know what I want? And then she was like, I was like, yeah, obviously.
And of course he was giving her the, I want to fuck you.
So you really see the transformation when you see Sansa walk out from the upstairs bedroom and she's like Maleficent. She had her fucking like, she's all black and shit. I'm like, look, cool beans. So yeah, we go from there, and also a little quick thing on there. Arya and the Hound finally get there, and
another chopped in scene, but I love the scene.
I did. I really do like Sandor Clegane. I think he's fucking badass. The Hound. I love it, and you really see the relationship that's developed between him and Arya.
I love it.
Because he comes up there and he's talking about they're there for the veil, and he's like my traveling companion, and he's like. Like he gave that smile, like, you see?
Yeah.
And then of course they tell her that her aunt is dead, and then she starts laughing like a chipmunk on weed, and I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like
I love that. Dude.
I understand why she did it for, but it was so annoying, like that.
I thought it was that crazy, like I just think about the Starks, like all this shit, like every fucking turn, it's like there's some hope. It was shattered.
No,
and then like finally, it's just like I don't give a fuck. Like,
now
we can finally talk about the goodness.
Have you been saving it up with the gravy?
I've been putting it in my beans.
Baked beans, bushes. I'll never tell.
I'll never tell. Roll that beautiful bean for this time. But yeah, so the fight's gonna happen. It's finally gonna happen. With 7 minutes to go in the episode.
Finally.
Ah shit, we can't go there yet. We gotta talk about Tyrion and Jaime's scene.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
That was really important because Tyrion's going on and on about this
fucking beetles.
About this kid who's squashing beetles. It was funny when they're talking. It's like Jaime had the best line of the whole show. It's like, I don't give a dusty fuck.
Yeah, but because Tyrion was so involved in that whole fucking scene, he was like, but why? Why would he crush beetles over and over? And at first you think it's gonna be a joke because even Jaime's like, and then it's like, then Tyrion gets serious, but he's like.
I think what it was is they were trying to really show that Tyrion knew he was going to die. He didn't think he had a chance.
No, I know.
So he was just like it was like this tiny little piece of his past that he wanted to put. He was like basically in a weird way begging Jaime to answer this question. So he wanted to know the answer before he was dead.
Maybe it was because
weird little thing.
I kind of drew an analogy like maybe Tyrion was saying this because the beetles are so defenseless and they're small, and this kid is so big and he was squashing them over him. Maybe he kind of drew a comparison with himself.
Seriously, how do you not give a dusty fuck? I love it. I'm gonna
say that the next time somebody asks me something stupid. It's like, I don't give a dusty fuck. What the fuck you saying?
Yeah, it's like paper or plastic, sir. I don't give a dusty fuck.
Just make it plastic.
So when we get to the fight, and Oberyn's being just a badass. He's like, I ain't worried about that motherfucker over there. And he's like, today's not the day I die. And his girl's like, look how big he is. He's like, I don't care. She's like, are you going to fight that? He's like, I'm going to kill that. Yeah, that's badass.
Whoa! And then Tyrion's like, I love how Tyrion's walk over and he's like, you really shouldn't be drinking. He's like, I always drink wine before I fight. And I'm like, yep, that's awesome as fuck. Like, that's like you throw him back a shot, like, now let's fight. And he was like down for it. And Tyrion's like, when the first scene starts happening, when Oberyn goes out there to do his shit, when he gets vipered, when he fucking vipers the mountain, you're like, oh my god, he's like Darth Maul. Like he goes,
he's like a fucking Sprite, dude.
Yeah, but he's like Darth Mauling it up, and like this motherfucker's badass, and then he's whipping his ass for. He's like, say it, and he's like, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome as shit. And then all of a sudden.
It felt too easy.
Yeah, he walks around and he's like, say our name. Say it. And I'm like, dude, shut, fucking kill it. And I knew something bad was going to happen because Jaime's laughing up in the thing. He's like,
dude, he can barely contain his excitement.
But I knew everything was going too well. Everything was going too good.
Yeah. Because
Jaime's laughing, Tyrion's laughing because things are going to happen. Tywin's pissed off. Seriously looked like she just smelled a fart. All of a sudden,
so sad.
Holy shit.
That's Game of Thrones for you.
Grabs his fucking ankle, turns him around, and...
Dude, busts his fucking teeth out, though. Like, teeth went scattering like fucking Christmas ornaments
my god,
all over the pavement. When he sticks his fingers through his eyes and his fucking head pops.
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking when I saw that scene after he did it, after it went all the way through and he ripped his fucking head apart and he's like, I raped her and then I did this and he like did it. I was waiting on fucking Tywin to sit up and because he said it's like fatality. I thought he was like Shao Kahn. But yeah, because Oberyn fucked up. And I know that Tyrion, because you saw Tyrion's face right after his fucking face got punctured.
Yeah.
Tyrion was like, fuck my life. He's like, the goddamn wino. I told him not to drink wine. Because it was almost like that buzzy high.
Yeah.
Like he was walking around and he's like, yeah, say our name. He's like, you drank too much with your wine.
Dude, Tyrion's face was just like, oh, fuck.
That's how Tyrion was.
It was just so like,
I feel so bad for that guy, man. Because everything that can go good for him always gets shit on.
I'm watching this, and my phone rings right afterward. It happens, and dude, literally, my face, just involuntary. I went,
yeah.
When is it? And my phone rang, and I was like, hello. When his head popped like that, that was so, dude. Those graphics were amazing.
No, the special effects.
And I was so mad, but it was so cool, and it was so fucking disheartening.
Did you say I've seen people like their fingers go through their eyes before? You've seen that kind of movies before, but I didn't know they were gonna go that deep.
His fingers were as big as Ron Jeremy's dick, though. I mean, those fucking things were huge.
It was huge as sausages, right in his fucking eyeball sockets, and then it kept going and going deeper, and then he's like, and then when he rolls over and you see his face all caved in, I'm like. Holy shit!
And they showed the shit.
I know.
Like, look at what you've done. I was like,
sweet Christmas.
God damn it.
Then I felt bad for Oberyn because like, that guy is such a great actor because when he was screaming, I mean, obviously it's all fake, but I'm just saying when he was screaming, it really felt like this motherfucker's dying and I want to save him.
Oh, it did.
And I'm like, God damn. And I was like, he'd be blind for the rest of his life, but shit, I don't want his fucking head to be popped.
Guys, do want to put a spoiler, just put spoiler in big caps, space a bunch of times, or press enter a bunch of times and put it at the bottom so that nobody gets, people who read the books, you know, try not to ruin it for everybody else. That would be cool and awesome of you. We'd super appreciate it. Yeah, so guys, that's the episode. What do you guys think about what happens? Tell us about your thoughts below in the comments. I'm Mike, he's Jay, and we'll see you guys next week with another Game of Thrones review.
We watched a movie.